Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box with the Tactical Trader at thetechtrader.com. It is time for the charts of the day, Tuesday the 24th of September. Folks, I'm going to go alphabetically and I'm going to include some longs and shorts, so we're going to jump around a little bit. I want to show you BYND, which is a Tech Trader short. It is rolled over from 160 to 139 and change just in the last few days. You can see that if this violates the August low here, 136 and a quarter, it's likely to be down near 119.20, maybe even as low as 105, 107. I would not put that, I wouldn't put it as a negative. It's a positive for the short side. 240 was the high here. The pullback low, 136. We're talking about over 100 points now. I'm not looking for 100 points down from this high. That would make it down to 72. But from a standpoint of retracement and channel bottoms, that could very well be either a gap test at 119.20 or a gap fill, which could come all the way down to 100 or less. So look at this awfully dramatic looking left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The right shoulder with no volume is very typical of a head and shoulders, but you never know. Anyway, let's move on. Coherus, good looking chart. I like this biotech stock. It's acted very well all year. From the January low, you can see it's stitched up its way higher with falling wedge there and flag there and another wedge there. Right now, it's a larger wedge pattern, and it's up near the top of that pattern. Should it get through here, I would not be shocked to see this run towards 30. So watch this thing getting through 24.5, because that could vault at another 7 points. Dova also popping out of a coil, retesting and then exploding for the last 2 days from 15 to almost 20. My target now has to be upwards of 26, with some minor resistance to 21.5. But you can see today's clean breakout and pick up in volume on OBV. FDP, look, this stock had a beautiful flag here. And it was a nice setup. And today, I believe on the earnings report, it exploded. Fresh Del Monte products ran from literally from about 6 1/4. That was a 20% gain in 1 day, with huge volume, the biggest I've ever seen in stock. So for me, there's going to be more upside, probably at least 39.40 short term. Secondary target will be up here. On a more intermediate basis, perhaps 44. FND Florida, the core broke out of an ascending bull coil, and the volume picked up dramatically in the last 4 sessions, particularly 3 sessions. Today it popped all the way to 51.77 before backing off a buck, but was still up $1.25. 2.5 million traded. OBV is going vertical. This looks very good for a run to 56.7, maybe 58. ICAD, the swing is acting well. It's not running away, which I like. It's a slow, steady climb in a nice rising channel, and I think $9 is my target, as I said 2 weeks ago when it was 6. JBL, well, that broke out of a beautiful base, a long one too, and a breakaway pop. Looking at the long-term chart, it's the highest level reached in this stock in 13 years. So for me, I think it has more upside. The question is to what level. The way this is angling, even if I draw down to there, I'm still looking at something perhaps up near 35.6 short term. Look, the gold, the J-Nug and Nugget are moving, and I wanted to show you how this snapback out of that falling, out of the bear wedge, took it right back above the moving averages, and this engulfing reversal day is very bullish. You might very well see gold, at least the J-Nug, up near 90 very soon. The J-Nug, that's the J-Nug, the Nugget, same thing. A test of this level up around 42, 2.5 would be likely in my opinion, and maybe I'll be testing the highs there at 45. I'll be looking for that to occur. Now the danger is that anytime you see this kind of a break of a trend and a snapback, it may go from a bull wedge to a rising wedge. If that's what that is, and it breaks down from here, it'll be ugly. If this is a massive head and shoulder type background, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and rolls over right from here, it could get ugly. But as in the case of J-Nug, an engulfing reversal day is usually much more bullish than that. And taking out 2 moving averages in addition, we may very well get this back to 45 pretty soon. Stay tuned. On a long-term basis, you can see where this thing could be 52 or better. OBID exploded on a massive volume of 8.2 million, and it was an excellent day trade. And even though it pulled back, I think it's a buy for a move to eventually near 5. Paycom on the short side broke down from its trend, formed a beautiful bear flag, and broke the flag today. With increasing volume, and it moved down 851 or 4%. I think it goes lower. The targets are 195, 182, and 170. PBYI, well, this little, Puma's a favorite little biotech company that I, been following for years. And I think though, after a big drop from 46 all the way down to 8, it's finally stabilized enough where it maybe get going. The last 2 days were good, but I want to see you get above this reversal day at 13. Once you get through 13, 14.5 and 17.5 for targets. PIR, beautiful break of that wedge yesterday and a beautiful follow through today, right to resistance before it backed off. However, the next target is around 20. Good momentum, great technicals, and good volume. ROKU, another on the short side, came down from the bear wedge. We went short. The stock had dropped from 153 down to 99. Very nice, but at this point, long in the tooth on the downside, oversold, so to speak, and it may need to bounce. But if we get a market drop, I think we're going to get to 88, 89 before it rallies. That could very well happen if the market tanks. Same with TWLO. TWLO came down from the bear wedge and then dropped from another bear wedge and has dropped. And should this one get under today's low, under 106.5 or so, I'm looking for 100 and then 93. And finally, Volatron RX popped and broke out across multiple tops, maybe headed to 8 3/4 my next target, especially with the kind of volume that this had today. 2.5 million shares is huge, the biggest volume I've ever seen in a stock. So I'm looking for more upside in the follow through to get at least 7 and then 8.5, 9. And that's it for the charts of the day today. Have a good evening.